let's see what happens here. There we go. And just need to make sure Twitch is good too. So bloody ad playing. Wait for it to finish. I think it's good though. I mean, if it's if it's streaming, if there's an ad, it's streaming. What the hell is this thing? Alright, there it goes, yeah. Alright, so everyone, this is GeoWill from Productions², and we are back to do some more streaming. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be streaming game developer Tycoon. I'm going to go ahead and start a new game, but yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and say new. Alright, so let's just do some randomization here and see what we come up with. Alright, company name. We're gonna do this a bit on the nose. Well, yeah, let's do this on the nose a bit. Can we do? Aha, we can. Yes, I would usually suggest you do this just because, especially if you're using mods that add stuff like I am. I have mods that add in new topics, because it's hard to keep track of all that crap in your head as far as like what audiences certain topics are good for, the combinations between topics and genres, and all that kind of stuff. So go ahead and say yes. Yes, I did create a company called Valve. Did one for Sony, one for Green Art Games, and then my usual one. I'll do this one because it's got the longest time on it. Well, at the same time, though, God, 300. How the hell did I do that? 36 years, 56 years. Holy crap! But these are the only mods that have the 7G topic mod in. Which one would I have made more games in? Let's base it on this one. Or no, choose a save slot. Duh. When you import it, I guess it imports from everything. So, this is a game about making games, obviously. So what you do is, or let's talk about what we. Is there a way to pause time? No, there's. So I'll try and go over this quickly. Actually, yes, there is. Maybe if I can get there. It is. So let's talk about the UI a bit and how this goes. Oh, it's green heart, no space between the green and heart. Oh, whatever. So up here you have your project that you're working on, the design points and the technology points, and we'll get into what all that is later. Research points and your bugs. Over here is your kind of your company stats, how much cash you have, the year, month and week, and the number of fans you have, and underneath that you'll have cash flows, and also when you release a game it'll have a release chart that shows you how much you're selling per week, I guess. One thing is that unlike in real life, this game, in this game, games that you release and consoles that you release games for or make yourself, maybe not the consoles, but the ones you make, but consoles that are just released by other companies, they all eventually will stop being sold, period. After a certain amount of time, you won't get any money from them. And after a certain amount of time, consoles that are released will be taken off the market. You won't be able to develop games for them anymore. It's kind of annoying. I wish it didn't do that, but it does. What mods do I have? So I have the Tycoon mod API and 7G topic mod. 102 new topics. Crap. There's a lot of... I think there's quite a bit of mods, really, for this game. And time is not paused anymore. Alright, so how you develop a game is you click anywhere, left-click anywhere on the screen that's not near your character. Click on your character or somewhere near it. Well, not yet, but it'll come up with a different menu. So we're going to go ahead and develop a new game. We only have 3 options here, but as you go through the game, you'll unlock more. We're just going to call this Pong, I guess. First game. Topic. Okay, well, let's talk about what we have here for topics. Dark Ages, cooking, disasters, and horses. I'm so gonna go to hell for doing this, but I'm gonna do it. Adventure. I'll make it the first game and we'll never see it again. Now, if it gets a 10 out of 10, I'm gonna be just like... I'm gonna be just like friggin' really upset. Well, let's see. So adventures are kind of interesting. So let's talk about this now. So this is a development stage, and at each stage you have different topics. Different genres have different different priorities to the different topics. So, for example, for adventures, the engine's not really important, and the gameplay is not as important, but kind of important. The story and quests are very important. This part I haven't really figured out yet, specifically in terms of how you're supposed to prioritize in terms of where the sliders are at. Like, for example, engine. So should it be all the way down, or should it be up a bit so that your engine isn't a piece of crap? For example. Problem is, whenever I put the engine up a little bit, the review scores come down and they bitch and complain about it. So I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out after, I don't know how long I played this game. Probably at least 20-30 hours. Probably more. So for gameplay, though, it's only one minus, but it is second priority. So I'm thinking that what it should be is the highest priority, not whether it's plus or minus, but just what in the ranking of the 3, the highest priority should have the most. Say 60%. The second most should have maybe 30% or maybe 20%. No, it should be 30, and then the other one should have 10. We're going to try that on this one. So this is about 60, I would say, give or take. And that looks about right. We'll see what happens with that. So each development stage you have to pay a bit of money for that stage. As you go through, you'll be adding to technology and design. So technology is the more codey aspects of a game, so like the artificial intelligence, the I guess to a certain extent the level the world building to a certain extent, which is in the next one, and everything kind of has something that they add into, and that determines kind of the overall polish of the game, I guess is the best way to put it. Different genres will kind of require different values at different stages for different sizes of projects to get a good score. So that's a black box to me. I have no clue what those are. I just know kind of what works and what doesn't. So in this case, dialogues are really high, artificial intelligence is really low, and we just kind of want to do our 60, 20, 10 kind of thing again. So you'll also occasionally find bugs as you're going, like that one. What you want to do is you want to make sure you have all the bugs dealt with before you release it, and even still, you could still have bugs in it. I tend to wait a couple of weeks, maybe as much as a month, to release a game once I finished it, just so that it can add a little bit more to the polish, and also if there are any bugs that are kind of there, find them and fix them, and still there could be some there. If your game does have a bunch of bugs in it when you release it, though, then they'll give you an option to do a patch. You have to do it really fast, though. You only get like a couple weeks to do this patch before you lose the option to do it entirely. It's kind of bull crap, in my opinion. Especially if you're working on a new project, and you got no way to actually do that patch in that amount of time. So in this case, like for example, in this case now, this is 2 pluses. Does that mean this should be more than 20% of the overall thing, or is that just, again, is it in the middle? I don't know. So we're gonna do a test here and see exactly what happens. So if my theory that these indicate how much you should put into it are, in other words, it shouldn't be in the middle. It should be, maybe as much as 40%, and not like the 20, 60, 20, 10 kind of thing. Then we'll get a bad score. If not, we'll get a good score, and my hypothesis about this game will be entirely destroyed. At least this aspect of it. So you start out in your basement, basically. Well, I'm assuming this is a basement or, well, a garage, I guess. So we're going to finish it. Dealt with those bugs. I'm going to wait a little bit of time here. See if any other bugs pop out. Doesn't look like... Oh, there's one right there. Alright, so fix that one, and we'll go. So new topic, new combo. So the bonus on this screen, it shows you how much experience you get in each category, and it's dependent on how much you put into that category when you're doing the development, and also then there's a bonus applied to it depending on certain things. Like for example, in this case, new topic, new combos. So in other words, the first time I've used horses, and it's the first time I've used horses with adventure. Eventually, as you get further along, you'll also have other combos like great management, where you keep everyone's the workload of everyone below 100% when you get multiple workers and are working on medium-sized or large projects. As you level these up, you'll get access to new types of technologies related to them. So like for example, once dialogues gets to I think level 2 or 3, you get access to better dialogues. Same thing with artificial intelligence, better AI, and so on and so forth. There are also other technologies that are released. I'm not exactly sure when they're released. If some of them are dependent on the year, and some of them are dependent on I think the number of games you have made. Like for example, I think you have to make a certain number of games before sequels is unlocked, which is kind of annoying. So up until that point, you can make sequels that are not technically considered by the game to be sequels, and so you won't really get the benefits of having that. If you have a really popular first game, you make a game that's a sequel without actually using the sequels option, having unlocked it, then it's not going to have the kind of hype surrounding it from that really good first game. As your characters level up down here, they will require more money because they basically improve their skills. You can also train up your employees eventually as well. Once we get to the next, they call it next stage level, the next building basically. So we're going to go ahead and release this. Never believe this. Never believe this. Developing for the G64 is basically a money hole because it goes away pretty quick. The PC is pretty... It's going to sound like PC Master Racy, but in this game the PC is it's a pretty safe bet to develop for. It usually has more than 10%, usually more than 15% even, of the market share, and it doesn't go away. Everything else goes away eventually. Alright, let's see how bad it is. It's not as bad as I thought it might be. Okay. We got the stupid game out of the system. We'll get a little bit of cash flow since we're almost freaking bankrupt from this development here. What the hell? They made it on to 85. We gained 8. Who the hell are these 18 fans? Seriously. I'm gonna go and slap them in the face or something. Can't believe we sold 7,000 this thing. Then again, it's... The game doesn't really, you know, understand names of things, so... So now once we've made a game, we can actually generate some more research, which we gain through making games and developing engines, and also by doing a game report. So that's just basically looking at a game that you made, analyzing it, and the kind of some of the feedback you get from it. It's you know, it's feedback that the game generates based off stuff, but it'll kind of give you some insight into like how the different topics interact with the audit with the 10,000 units. God, with the genre you chose and things like that. And then the genre with the system, and then when you get target audiences, the audiences with both of them and all that stuff. So horses and adventure is a good combination. Holy crap! Engine's not important. Level design seems to not be important. So from now on, we'll have, instead of having that question mark next to them, those topics when we're developing, it'll have an actual. It'll say how important it is. Now, see, to me, this seems to mean to me that what says not important means that it should be used less. Not necessarily that it should be a certain percentage of the development, but that it should be less important than other topics. So if you have several topics that are, let's say if the 3 first topics on a particular genre, and the first one's a +2, the second one's a +1, and the third one's a -1, the +2 should get more than the +1, and the +1 should get more than the -1. But you shouldn't have the -1 be nothing on the slider. It should just be more, because you need to actually develop it. So that's what I get from this, but that's not in practice and how I've tried it in the past. That isn't actually how it works out. Usually if I leave the lowest one all the way down, the next highest, somewhere between 25 in the middle of the slider, and the other one at the the most important one to a full slider, that usually gets the best results, and I have no clue why. So it doesn't make sense with the description of what that's supposed to be. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a new game. Well, let's actually do some new topics. Those topics kind of suck. So we're going to do research. And here you can research different things. Right now all we have is custom game engine and new topic. So new topic lets you research different topics. As you can see, we have a bunch of them. As you research new topics, new ones will be unlocked. And let's do tower defense. That'd be a good one to start with. Custom engine allows you to build your own engine that has stuff in it like, you know, cutscenes and stuff like that. We'll talk about that once we get enough money and enough research to actually do that. Alright, let's go ahead and make a game with that tower defense. So we're going to call this Optitron, without the quotation. So tower defense. Genre is going to be strategy. And platform will be... could be either. We'll go ahead and do the G64. I usually don't do G64, but I'm going to on this one because it's got the larger market share and I need some quick cash. So we'll do the 2D graphics. Alright, so gameplay. So normally if I do something like this, it gets pretty good reviews. But, to me, there should still be some on here. But usually if you have this anyway, if this is negative, the lowest one, this has anything into it, it gives you a crappy review. So this time we're just going to do this kind of setup. Nothing, full bar, and about half a bar. And this should get us a pretty good review. From the reviewers, and return and consequence of that, we'll get more sales. Really early on the last game I was playing, the one we just saved over, I had made a game that was crazy popular. It sold 100 million units, and it got, or not 100, no, it sold 5 million units, and I got something like 15 million total sales from it. It was insane. And it was a sequel. Was a sequel to a previous game that I made that was also very popular. Alright, that should be good. What really gets kind of messed up is when you get the multi-genre upgrade. Because then you can do multiple genres, and that kind of really screws around with. Alright, we gotta release it, so I have to make some money. Okay, new record, new topic combo. Okay. And here you go, look at this. Massive scores. So I think that's what it is. It has to be that sort of. Now, there is some divergence in that. Like, you can't just put it at 150-0 and get a perfect score. It gets you a pretty good score. A perfect score, you have to do a little more nuance in there. But it gives you a fairly good rating. It's a pretty good place to start at. Now we got 61K from that first week. Alright, so I got 100,000, nice. Still not enough to do a custom engine though. We'll go ahead and do the development game report here. That'll get us probably around 36 or 37. Yeah, 36. We can take a look here at what we have. Engine seems to be quite important. Alright, let's go ahead and do a new game. Let's do cooking. Genre will be simulation, and we'll put it on the PC. Again, we'll use, let's do text-based. We'll go retro here since we're in a retro time period. So pretty much, you can kind of leave it about where it is for some of these simulation and well, we did a simulation before, didn't we? It's true. Or no, we didn't. We did or was it simulation or was it? No, it was strategy. But they're very similar in terms of what they use, except for this one. Simulations need more artificial intelligence than level design. Again, though, we're going to try and slightly modify and see what happens on this one. So, graphics, no, world design, and sound. Okay. Now I got a little bit of money, I can wait a bit longer to finish it. The more you can get onto these, the better. It makes a better quality game. Plus, you might find some bugs. The larger the project, the more bugs you'll find after finishing it, or while finishing it. I think we're good. Seems like we've typed out there. We got 52 research now too. Let's be able to do our custom engine. Alright, let's see what the reviews are. About average there. About what it was before. Actually, a little bit worse. So you probably need to go the other direction with the changes that we did. So instead of going more on the second, go a little bit less on the second. Cooking and simulations, a great combination. So now we have access to contracts. It always happens after, I think, the third game. So now what we can do is we can go accept a contract. So we go down here, you can find contract work, and it's basically just stuff that you can do for some quick cash. Debug a program, set up computers, library software, database, cleanup, that kind of stuff. There's also eventually access to publishers once you get to medium level games, the ability to make them, and you can do a game for a publisher. Those are kind of messed up because the publishers don't always know what's best. For example, you'll find a lot of times where the publishers will choose a topic genre combination that's total crap, or that works but is total crap with a particular audience on a particular system, and you'll end up getting screwed because of it. So you have to kind of be aware of that kind of stuff. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do our own custom engine. Well, let's see first what can we... the easiest way to get levels on the different categories of development is to have a custom game engine, because it'll kind of force you to do more. It'll be more... it impacts it more, I believe. I want to wait though, because I want to get some stuff onto this besides what we'll have access to. So instead we're going to go and do some topics. Diving. I'll like a couple more topics here. So now we'll get access to be able to research target audiences. Yeah, target audience. I believe it's 40. Yeah. Oh no, it's 15. Okay, I was way off. We can do it. Nice. So this could be a way to more accurately target what type of audience you want to use for a particular game, and it'll help you get more sales that way. So we've completed that. So let's go ahead and do a new game. So we're gonna do a mature one. We're gonna do disasters. Genre is going to be action, and we're going to do it on the PC. So the PC audience is very mature friendly, if you will. Mature games will sell pretty well on them. I'm not sure. I haven't used a lot of these. Normally, what I do is I don't kind of do branching stuff out, because once you know what works on certain systems, you just kind of gravitate back towards those because it's easy money. So I'm not sure exactly what other systems have a strong, mature target audience in them. Right, let's go ahead and do that. 2D graphics costs a little bit more, but it'll sell a bit better. So, action. So we're going to go again, instead of going a little bit over 50, we're going to go a little bit under 50 on this one. and see if it goes in the other direction instead of the opposite. Once you figure out how that works in terms of how that impacts the ratings, the reviews, then once you know what these are, it makes this game pretty easy. Again, like I said, that once you get the multi-genre, that kind of gets blown up because you have to do all the genres and figure out what works and what doesn't. This is generated over like several years of playing this game. Again, you can make this harder by choosing that option not to import the tips or whatever it said it was, whatever that was at the beginning, because it won't import this stuff, and there won't be anything here, and you'll have to kind of try to remember or muddle through it or figure out what would work as you go along. So it makes the game a bit harder. Artificial intelligence should be up. Okay. 404, fans not found. Going to be on week 3 of month 3 of year 3 too. Okay, drop this down a bit. Alright. Let's see how this works. So occasionally you'll be asked to give interviews. And sometimes it'll just be like just stuff like this where there's nothing that you are asked. Sometimes they'll ask you what between two topics, what topic is better for the genre that you're developing the game for. And it'll say either that that other industry professionals agree or they don't agree. I'm not sure if that impacts the hype around it though. So hype is a thing that'll show up. Maybe not yet. Yeah, there it is. It is here. So hype is basically hype. Yeah, it is what it is. It's the excitement for the game. So the higher the hype is, the better it'll probably sell initially. And also, if it bombs really hard, though, the higher the hype is, the more negative impacts you'll face. So, like, if you have like 100 hype and the game really sucks, you're gonna lose a lot of fans. Oh wow, we got all kinds of level ups there. We're getting all kinds of unlocks right now, or not. See, it's kind of iffy. You just don't really know. I think it depends per genre. It's not any really... There's no real... one-size-fits-all thing. It's all different. So that's why it's so kind of annoying to figure this out. Normally what I do is I go through and I just kind of think, and I think about it and see what I think fits better, and usually I can get it pretty close. So we're not going to do too bad on this one, but it's not going to sell as good as it would have. Yeah, the first day we got more sales because of the hype, but after that it kind of drops off because it wasn't that good of a game. Still to gain some fans, so. To develop on a system you haven't developed for, it costs you money. The only ones you don't have to pay for the G64 and the PC. Everything else you have to pay a license for to develop a game on it. Let's go ahead and do both of these actually. First do the other one. I don't know if this will get us 250 or not, but actually I think all that stuff doesn't unlock till you make your first custom game engine, so that might be it. Because they're all components for a custom game engine, though. You should be able to get it before you do it, because then you have to redo it once you get a certain point. You can't add in things to a game engine, you have to redevelop it. So when you find something new, you have to redevelop it, you can't just plug it in. It's kind of annoying that way. But I guess that's kind of like real life. Alright, we're going to go and do another game. I'm just going to stick this one on everyone. We are going to do snakes. We're going to call it Snake. Strategy. Actually, it should be strategy simulation, but whatever. So for this one, we're gonna try it on the TES. I'll have to pay 80k for the license, but it should pay off. Oh, genre. The genre changed. Oh, whoops. Alright. I haven't tried strategy on here yet. We'll see how that goes. Alright, gameplay, engine. I'm gonna put a tiny bit on the lower one, just a tiny bit. Okay. So we'll see if we get any bugs to pop out. Doesn't look like it. Alright. Go ahead and release it, see what happens. New topic, new combo. Level up on story and quests. Holy crap. Okay. Strategy is not good on the TES. Holy damn. That's like rock bottom. And all this is just because the TES sucks epically for that. And maybe it's the genre too. Maybe snakes and strategy don't work. We'll have to see what the game report says. Not losing too many fans, which is fine. If this was a medium-sized game, we would have lost probably a lot of fans on that one. Yeah, terrible combination. Genre platform match is bad. Okay for the topic match and audience. Sound is important. Engine seems to be important. And snake and strategy is terrible. So that's why we had like friggin' 1s and 2s. It's because of both of those together. Alright, so we do have enough for our custom game engine. We don't have enough to make it though. There's a certain amount of money you'll have to pay to make the game engine, in addition to having the 50 research points. We don't have enough right now, I don't think. I think it's like 150 or 250 or something. So we're gonna go ahead and try and make a new game. Let's do an adventure game. Dark Ages. Actually, let's see. Platform adventure. So I'm guessing RPGs are really good for the test then, because that's either that or the test doesn't have any good genres at all. Should be really interesting. Yeah, for adventure though, you want to go with the probably with the PC. It has I think it has the highest. So, yeah. 2D graphics. Okay. So story quests engine. So this time I'm going to take this at its word. So this is plus, so it has to be massive. Not so much there. And we're going to do a little less on this one than I normally would. So we're going to try and put a lot of development time into these story dialogue, or story quests. Yes, whatever. Pop-ups are kind of annoying. And they're kind of important, but they're also kind of annoying. Okay, world design. No, 2 bugs. Three bugs. Holy crap. What a buggy mess. Alright, should be good. New topic, new combo, new record on the design side of it. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, so now marketing is going to be unlocked. So you can use marketing to increase your hype. Here we go. This is going to be a pretty high rating game here. There is also an elusive 11 achievement, but 11 score, but it's stupid hard to get it. Now, see, this is where I think it is. Is what the sign means what you should put into it. So if it's plus plus plus, the most, plus plus, more than you normally would, a little less than plus plus plus, but not as much. Minus minus, you still put stuff into it, but not as much, just like a little bit. And 3 minuses, don't even bother. So we're gonna get quite a bit of money off of this one, I think. Rank 7. Or rank 7 on the 100 chart. So that's not too bad. 100k, holy crap. You'll never go up on the chart once you start selling. Once you release, if you're not, top, it's just downhill basically. I think you should be able to go up because it makes sense, like if you start selling, if it starts at a certain point, then it gets really popular later on, it should go up. Like here, we're going up above the last week's sales, so it should jump up maybe one rank on the list, but it doesn't. Now, if we wanted to, we could switch to the new office. And, well, maybe so. We still haven't finished selling off this, so let's go and do that. We just won't hire anybody yet. So now we can hire staff. You can hire up to 4 staff members at this place. There's also 2 stages to this place. There's this one, then a more modern version of it. If you're here long enough. If you somehow make 10 million before that change happens, you'll be able to go right to the next step, I think. But I think that's kind of really hard to do. So you have to really sell a lot of games to get that much, to get to that point. Alright, so we got some money now. Let's go ahead and research the game engine. And I think once we do this, it'll unlock anything that should be unlocked based on our levels on the different topics. I think. We may have to make another game, though, before they do unlock. We'll see. So once you make a custom game engine, I think you have to hire a new one employee to get the medium unlocked. Yeah, so we also got new topics there. So now we're going to go ahead and do research, rather, not there. Come out here, we're going to say create custom engine. We're going to throw all this into it, and we're going to call it, Ultima Engine 1. So this is a good way to generate research, but it does, like I say, cost a bit of money to do. And I'd recommend only doing it after the first one once you have quite a few other technologies unlocked. That way you're not just iterating on small changes, because it does cost quite a bit to make these. Normally what I do is I wait till I have about 5 or 6 new technologies, research them, and then build the engine, and then release a sequel to a really popular game with it. Kind of like how some development studios do. They wait to release a new game on a new technological platform if it's a sequel to a popular game. So the G64 is now gone because Gobador is bankrupt. Won't be able to use it anymore to develop anything. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do some research real quick. New topic. We're going to do movies research. I'll go ahead and stream till 12, so about 20 more minutes. Alright, let's go ahead and also research, hey, why not time travel? You can make a Doctor Who game. Sherlock Holmes and the Wayward TARDIS. And we'll also stream sports. I will do soccer as well. What would a sports game be categorized under? I guess it would be action or simulation. Anyway, so let's go ahead and develop a new game. Let's go ahead and do a do Dark Ages. We'll do RPG. We'll do it on. So this is in rank. This is in order of the market share. So the ones at the bottom of the least market share. I've never done anything for Master V, as you can see. I did one for the Venegear for a publisher, and they chose a really crappy combination. So that's how we got the strategy -3. -3 on that one. So it's going to be an RPG. RPG should be a lot higher on PC. So I'm thinking it's going to be TES, probably the best way to go with it. TES engine, Ultimate Engine. So this is Dark Ages. Yeah, we're going to call it Dark Ages. And anyone that's played that game by Nexon will understand that reference. I wonder if it's still live. Dark Ages. I played it like 13, 14 years ago or something, along with Nexus DK. So linear story, and we'll include this in there. And it should improve the quality of the game to add that in, even though if it's something that's not really necessary. We'll see what happens. I'll just do it on that one. It may drag it down a bit. Okay. Let's see what we get. Oh wow, we got a lot of bugs, that's what we got. Okay, so those are all fixed. Let's see if there are any more. Probably are. Alright, should be good. So, new combo. Not bad. It's gonna be about an 8, probably. A 9 from all games. Usually star games and all games are the ones that'll give you the lowest ratings if you really screw it up on some aspects of it. Rank 8, that's not too bad. So I'm guessing the RPG is a good fit for that, for the tests. Let's go and do this game report for this Uther's Castle. That's an okay match. So there are no strong genres on the TES. That's interesting. Oh, look at that. Broke the gauge on that. Cool. Never noticed you could do that before. Dark Ages Adventure, great combination. World design seems to be very important. I didn't realize I did 2 Dark Ages games. I guess it's because they weren't the same genre. Normally, if you do 2 the same topics in a row, they get the second one gets a little less popular because it's the same genre that you've released before. Decline. All right. So now we can do training. I'll do staff management so we can unlock the ability to hire people. You can also improve your different stats. So your characters have different stats that determine what they're good at and how quickly they do stuff. And how much research they can generate from different things. So for example, here are these book studies. So these different things will improve different aspects. So like don't repeat yourself. Increases the speed at which you can develop research. This improves your research. Not sure what these two do. This one I think improves technology. This one probably does your design. And you'll get another tier of these unlocked later on as well. Actually 2 tiers, I think. Another tier once we get to the technology park. So over here we have our stats over here. So research is, the higher this is, the more research you'll be able to generate per whatever you're doing. So like if you're making an engine, you'll make more research while doing that. Speed is the speed at which you do the development. So the more speed you have, the faster you'll produce units of work for whatever you're working on. And then design technology are the 2 main categories that the development categories fall under. So the higher you are in design, the better you'll be at doing things like dialogue, level design, graphics. The higher you are in technology, the better you'll be at things like world building and artificial intelligence. Now, if you have low technology and you do artificial intelligence, then that category kind of gets hampered by that because that's not where your skills are at. For now, we'll leave that alone. What do we got? 1.1 million. We should be able to support one other person. So I'm going to do something. So that pre-filter allows you to determine the type of employee you want. So showreel will give you somebody that's higher in design. Complex algorithms give you someone that's higher in technology, and game demo is somebody that's in the middle. So we're going to do showreel for this one. We're going to put in 80k. So the more you put into your budget for this, the more people you get, and the higher their abilities are in the particular category you pick. They also then cost more a month because you have to pay them. Pesky labor laws and all that. So we got 3 people here. We got Denise Frank, Ralph Coster, and Jason Leonard. So Denise Frank. I guess it could be Dennis. Denise Dennis, I'm not sure which. Either one. This person. Design is 138. Technology is low, so definitely what we're looking for. 10k a month, level 1, speed 271, and research is 148. Ralph Coster is kind of more middle of the road. Level 2, speed and research are higher, cost twice as much a month. Then we have Jason Leonard, who's again more design oriented. 220 research, 194 speed, and 10k a month. 94, 220. It's kind of like the inverse of this one a little bit. For this case, I want to go with the person that has the higher speed, because that gets us more design points. Okay, it was Denise. Alright, so we have medium games unlocked to research. So once you hire somebody, you probably should do training then staff welcome, because that'll help them acclimatize better and quicker. So after you hire somebody, it'll take them a few games to get the full impact of their abilities when you're making games. Doing the staff training helps reduce that amount of time, and will help you get them up to full speed faster. At least that's my understanding of it. This over here is the fatigue meter, I guess. Once this starts going down, the employee will be less productive, and you'll have to send them on a vacation eventually. Whenever this starts barely going down, I usually send them because they'll be on vacation until this reaches full again. So I find it best to just send them right away. So once they go a little bit down, they send them away, they come back faster, and you can get back to work. I'm not sure if there's any impacts that are negative. Like, for example, if we do that, if it causes more, I don't know, the fatigue to show up faster or something, I don't know. For now, we're just going to have one employee. I started replaying this game a couple days ago, and I hired too many employees too fast and went bankrupt. So we'll start with one and see where we go from there. We're going to do a new game, and we're going to do what genre should we do? Let's do time travel. I'll leave it on everyone. Call it Return to the Future. Genre will be action, I guess we'll do. So for action, the best system is... I'm not sure. Well, the best system that we know of is going to be PC. So I'll go ahead and do that. I need some sure money here, so I'll go ahead and develop it on that. 2D V2 graphics. And then go ahead and start this all up. So let's go up a bit more. And we'll take off linear story. Now I'll leave it on, why not? Put a tiny bit into it. Okay, dialogues is way down, so we wouldn't bother with that. Okay. So world design, graphics, and sound. Strong audience, mature. Any bugs? And let's see this. Super tests. Oh, there's one. Any more? Yes, there are more. Usually once I find one, I wait a little bit more, and then I'll release if there isn't anything else found. Okay, let's see what we get with this. Jeez. I guess action and time travel are not a very good combination. That's probably the only reason it's down. Either that or time travel and everyone is not good. We'll see. The game report shows. That's all it says, damn. Useless information. Alright, okay then. Well, we got some research, so let's go ahead and research some new topics. So we definitely need some money here. Kind of getting a little bit low. We've got enough for 2 more topics, so let's go ahead and do that. Bugs. Bugs. So is that insect bugs or that must be, I think it's insect bugs. Planet. Prison, I'll go and do that one. Alright, so we got some more topics available. As you can see now, the bar's starting to go down. If we click on her, we'll have the option to send her on vacation when she finishes. Your character never ends up having to go on vacation, so... Alright, so once she gets back, we'll start a new game here. Alright, we're gonna do mature. Let's see, what do I want to do with this? I guess. We'll make it a simulation game. PC, obviously, for the For the fact... Oh, that's a bad combo. Okay. Good combo, adventure, great combo. So adventure. Still good for PC. And the mature audience is good too. Okay. What I'm doing now is I'm seeing if there's any kind of like, so if it's -3, that maybe means that it has to be between like 0 and 5%, or if it's, you know, plus, you know, 3 pluses, has to be 100%. Obviously, it's the highest, or at least somewhere near 100%. I'm gonna toy around with, you know, the idea of, again, that the negatives indicate some sort of range of slider amount. It's just finding that amount. Alright, the bug's out of here. Test non-exported. Alright, I think we're good. This will be the last game we'll do, and then I'll stop the stream for now. Got a bunch of level ups, and I gained a level on my character. We got some new research topics. New technologies available. Let's see what we get on this thing. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Rank 12. So that'll get us a nice infusion of cash there. Alright, so that's going to be it for the stream for now. I may do some more later on today, sometime. Maybe some Gold Rush, maybe something else. We'll see. But thanks for watching the stream if you watched it live, for watching afterwards on YouTube. Comments, questions, leave below. I am still recording the footage for Chrono Cross. I'm planning to get them uploaded and released if we're going to work on Monday at this point. So I still need to record some more. I didn't have as much time as I thought I would yesterday to do stuff. Due to some stuff I had to do for two of my clients I have contracts with. So I'm going to look out for those, and I will see you next time.